just for a minute. Close your eyes for a second.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We are going to be talking all things Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Season 14 has premiered, guys, and there's a few bombshells and distressing stories. Guys, it's going to be looking like as if this might be packing a punch. There are a few surprises, or not so much of a surprise, because I think a lot of us saw this news early on in this year. So, but guess what? I am all here for you, recapping as much as I can watch these things, because I'm also covering Potomac Housewives. Married to Medicine is already on, and now Beverly Hills. Can't watch all three. I'm gonna do my best to comment on two, because yeah, I have a full-time job and I also have my unpaid work, taking care of minding my kid. Anyway, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel and make sure you share this channel with your friends, comment, and like. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. That was episode 1 of the Real Housewives season premiere of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So yes, this particular episode opener, the season opener, basically, surrealism was the theme, surrealism and separations. Now, yes, we say goodbye to Crystal Minkoff. She's no longer present. She's no longer a wife of the show. And I think it makes sense, because she seems, if she was present, she would have been the only married housewives. And this is where I'm going to get to the point where, bravo, what are you still naming this thing housewife? These people are not housewives because they're all single. Okay, what's going on here? I don't know. Okay, anyway, we say goodbye to Crystal and welcome Bosoma. Bosoma. They call her Bose on this particular season or episode. So I don't really know her full name, but it sounded like Bosoma. We haven't gotten a proper intro of her, but I can tell you in a nutshell what she does, going by her resume, which doesn't qualify her for the Real Housewives, because it qualifies her for another reality show that I do not know. Yeah. She's pretty much a 47-year-old African-American woman, retired from corporate America. I mean, when you talk about the gig job, she owned and run the space of the gig economy, from Netflix to Uber to, I'm pretty sure, Microsoft and Facebook was among them somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, she's a retired 47-year-old and she is doing well, widowed as well. So that then tells me you're bringing a new woman into the show, but she is single, not a housewife, but we'll get to that. Anyway, we'll meet Bozo later on in the show. First things first, we caught up with Sutton. Oh God, I can't understand who Sutton is, and she's very in her own universe. Sutton had decided that she is going to continue on in celebration of mercies. If you remember last season, there was a mercy episode where they went to Spain and they had a funeral, spreading the ashes event that didn't go so well-ish. Well, she is still recounting and trying to give us more of mercy. And this time it's in the form of surrealism. Guys, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it means. I tried to figure it out on my own, but I just went with the theme of the party she organized as what it was. So she went to her friend, I think, who's going to be maybe a feature this season, a friend of hers. I think she's an actress. I think she is. Pretty much they were talking about what has happened in the last year, how she has been able to find friendship again with Kyle, because they had a few moments during the reunion and before the reunion, all in the lead up to Kyle announcing her separation and the fact that she was not coming, or she's not forthright or forthwith with the information amongst the girls group. Anyway, Sutton is going to be organizing this particular surrealism party to bring the women together, because she feels this will be, a gateway to, I guess, surrealism. And no sooner had we caught up with Sutton, we are catching up with Erica. Now, Erica is still navigating life post-divorce, post-lawsuits. She's trying to revamp her home by chucking out all the furniture that reminded her of her previous life, where she was living in the mansion and had everything on a beck and call. Okay, so now she is doing the minimalistic approach, but I guess the furniture she's looking at, they don't come cheap. Anyway, we see the friend of Kyle. Now, you would think Dorit would have gone to Kyle for this news, but guess what? Dorit and Kyle are still not close to having kumbaya moment. They are still at loggerheads. They've had issues leading up to the reunion. There was the text message that was sent that seemed manipulative, according to Dorit, and this has just gone on. They've both given press where they shaded each other, and now it's looking like they are not ready to come together just yet. Okay, so Dorit is paying a visit to Erica at this particular museum, where she did disclose that she is separating from her husband. Now, remember when the story broke sometime in April of this year, and they announced this long-winded message on Instagram. She announced the separation of her and her partner. We haven't heard anything since then, but I felt that this was the kickstart of the show taping, because that was when the news broke. I felt, okay, I started taping, and this is going to solidify her run this particular season, and I think it will, because there's a lot going on. She's alluding to alcoholism by PK, a lot of bickering, and they're not seeing eye to eye, and she has young kids she needs to protect, and her mental health she needs to protect. You know what? Yeah, I don't know what to say. Let's just watch this particular season and see how this plays out in front of our eyes. Just as Dorit is announcing the story to Erica and sharing this, she's also crying about her failed relationship or her broken relationship with Kyle. Kyle, and Erica is like, I'm gonna go over to Kyle. Do you want me to say this to her? She was like, no, don't tell her anything. And she went to Kyle, and again the same recant. We see Kyle juggling post-separation. Now she's still separated from her, from Mauricio. Mauricio only just moved out, I guess, not too long before the show started taping, and she's struggling. She doesn't even know how to turn on the TV, what are the garden or the swimming pool. Girl, we'll feel you. Rich people's problem. We cannot relate. Anyway, the conversation went towards Dorit, and Carl feels like there's a lot of hurt there. You know, there were a few press embarrassing comments that was made by Dorit, and she's not sure if she's ready to let go. And they also alluded to the fact that Katy, Carl's sister, also had a part to play in the whole dynamics. And then guess what? Dorit is paying a visit to Katy. I'm like, what is going on here? Since when is Dorit and Katy besties? Yeah, so the story basically goes, Dorit has now officially announced, you know, to the press that she is separating from PK. PK is can be seen chatting with Mauricio for emotional support. I think Mauricio is the best person because he's also going through it at the moment, and so he's able to give him the best advice out there, you know, apparently. PK feels he's sober, and that's where the realization of we're no longer compatible, you know, comes to play. Dorit feels PK is an alcoholic and she doesn't want no parts. So there's in between these two, there's the truth, and we're going to come to that conclusion, I guess, this season, or it might be a continuum to the next season. Who knows? But basically, Kyle gets to find out, calls Erica. Erica said, I'm sorry, I knew, but I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want you to feel some type of way, and I wanted to keep the trust I had with Dorit. Now we can see Garcelle, you know, she's booked and busy. She has two movies in the works. She is heading to Atlanta or in Atlanta with her son, and girl there's no time for her and the BS at this point because she is booked and busy. You go, girl. Garcelle is doing it for single women, and she is doing it according to her, at her age, she's achieving more than she thought she would be achieving at her age. And girl, the sky is your oyster. Go for it. We're going to catch up with Garcelle at the surrealism party later on. Safe to say, Garcelle is still having issues with Dorit. They haven't, I don't know where that is going, okay? But then we go back to Kyle, who still feels some type of way about Dorit. And guess what? Dorit is confiding in Katy, Kyle's elder sister. Now, I don't know about you, but Katy, I don't know. Like, this woman is at the age where she really doesn't really care. So in walks Dorit into Katy's I don't even know what to call this room, but it was more like her sanctuary. Okay, she had IV fluid going, she had face mask on, she had someone giving her juice, she had someone doing her nails. It was a full session, and I'm like, man, this is what you get for being rich. Why can't I just sign up to this meal and just get it popping? Well, anyway, she was having the best time of her life, and you could see she was trying her very hardest not to be empathic with Dorit's situation. And I I just want to say the scene in itself was just hilarious. Just watching Kathy in her nonchalant, no care factor, just enjoying her day. It was just amazing. Anyway, we can just safely head on to the storylism event that Sultan has organized, because this is where the action was, in full swing, because this is where all the women came face to face. Now, first things first, we got to meet Bosoma. Bosoma's outfit was, hella stunning. Dorit had this space all on her head. I don't know what this is, like a plate or a vow. I do not know, but it was hideous to say the least. Sultan, on the other hand, I'm not sure what she was wearing. Guys, I don't know. Surrealism is something, okay? Her friend had a peacock. She had some crown. It was weird. It was weird. And I was like, what is going on here? It got to the main event. Garcelle showed up. Kathy showed up. Dorit, Kyle, Erica, everyone, was present. And they got on a table that, the mood just changed. It was awkward. There was no communication of sorts. People were looking left, right. It just wasn't. I guess the tension was between Dorit and Kyle. The relationship there's still something that has not, been resolved. But very quickly, we could see Kyle trying to get Dorit's attention. They went to a private conversation try to have a private conversation. It didn't really go that well, because the next thing you could see was Dorit shouting. And this is where this particular episode ended. Now, for me personally, Dorit is going through a rough patch at this time. Will she be in the place to be receiving any positive feedback or negative feedback, or any form of feedback? I don't think so. She's unhappy. She's lashing out, and the person she's lashing out at, Kyle, is also going through the same struggle. She's also in the moment of her separation on impending divorce. She's even trying to figure out her sexuality at this point. So we don't know. We could hear her having a conversation with Garcelle and Erica, explaining that she's unsure where she's at, but she still feels she knows what her sexuality is, not exactly letting us know what it is, and not wanting to mention the lady that was the topic of conversation last season. And I'm like, God, this is going to be a long season. Do I want to be a part of it? Well, yes! We can't afford their lifestyle, but we can definitely watch how they navigate the struggles of the real world, I guess. So, guys, what do you think? I was thinking that the separation between PK and Dorit was for storyline, but I don't know. Were they ever happy? Again, we don't know. Mauricio looks really older, stressed. But I guess this is just at the beginning of his moving out stage, so there's more to be said. Erica is literally looking her best. She's navigating life, and she's sort of in a place where she's, she can say, yes, I'm happy right now. Bozo, her CV is top notch, but I'm not sure if she's presenting this CV in the right show. But we get to see more of her, and I'm hoping she will bring a lot more to the table to at least get the mix of the dynamics and make it a little bit more interesting, vibe and fun. Garcelle still has Sultan for friendship. She's lost Crystal, so I don't know what her storyline is going to be. Being booked and busy is one thing, but we also need to get a little bit more from her, and I guess we're going to get a lot more as we continue on the season. But thank you so much for recapping with me. As always, do not forget to comment and subscribe. I will see you soon. Stay safe and be focused. Thank you and bye.